dermatologist, and he is just that. He's a board-certified practicing dermatologist. He works with both Western University and Nova Southeastern University. You've also seen him on TV a lot as a medical correspondent, Big Brother, and his name is Dr. Will Kirby, and it's nice to finally get to work with you, Dr. Kirby.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you very
Welcome.
much.
So for our viewers that are just joining for perhaps the first time, or regular viewers that are saying, Neutrogena, I know that name, but this is different.
This is their specialized professional division, and I know you alluded to that earlier, but that's really important to stress. And the reason is they focus on that unique partnership between scientists and dermatologists. And once they created that partnership, they gave them a task, and that task was to create the most cutting-edge advanced products. And that's exactly what this specialized division does.
Okay, and I just want to reiterate, everyone, because I think this is exciting as an aging woman, that this is exclusive to us here at the Shopping Channel. So what makes this different?
Well, this product itself, before we even talk about it, I'd like to take a step back and tell people the reason that I'm here is to educate people, and I really want to put an emphasis on the specific products for specific areas. And I tell people the word doctor is derived from the word doctorate, and that means to teach. And that's what I like to do, is teach people, educate them so they have the proper information, so they know exactly what products to use where. And this is a targeted product.
Okay.
We talked about, for Canadian women in general, what is the first signs of aging? Where does that take place? Around the eye. And sometimes people notice that in holiday photographs. Sometimes they'll just look in the mirror and they'll say, I feel great, overall I look great, but it's around the eye where I'm first starting to notice those signs of aging. So dermatologists quantify the signs of aging into six segments, which you mentioned earlier, that there's 6 signs of aging. One are crow's feet, the lines of expression, fine lines, the dryness under the eyes, and dark circles.
Okay.
And they said Neutrogena dermatologists create a product that treats all 6, and that's exactly what this is.
Okay, and right there, I think that's a big point of difference, because Dr. Kirby, we have many great skincare lines here at the Shopping Channel, and you know, it's all about education and choice and finding what works for you. But in my experience, seeing different eye treatments, and as somebody who obviously is trying to take care of herself, it's interesting to note a lot of eye treatments focus on 1 or 2 issues.
Of course.
And then they say, okay, well, you also need this, or you also need this. So the fact that you're covering 6 main issues is a big deal.
Absolutely. And when we talk about how the product itself works, I always tell people there has to be a very specific mechanism of action for any product to use. And that's exactly what's contained in this specific product and the entire line. And that's an ingredient which we'll go into some depth about. It's stabilized retinol, and I'm happy to address, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to address questions about that. But it's a product that is imperative to any anti-aging regime. And I tell people, I'm a board-certified dermatologist. If you come to my office in Beverly Hills, I will absolutely tell you have to use the stabilized retinol, but ask any dermatologist and they will tell you that anti-aging starts with stabilization of that retinol molecule.
Okay, first of all, can I ask you, what is retinol?
Sure, great question. Retinol, and I'm really passionate about it, as I'm sure you can tell. Retinol, what does it do? It increases surface cell turnover, and it's derived from vitamin A. It's actually a synthetic version of vitamin A. What does vitamin A do? Increases that surface cell turnover. Now, just to take you back here and give you a little bit of analogy, I have a new baby in my home. He's 5.5 months old. Thank you very much. If you look at his skin, look at any child's skin, look at any baby's skin, it is flawless.
Yes.
Why is that the case? It's that surface cell is turning over very, very quickly. The problem is, as we age, that process slows down.
Yes.
So the normal adult skin cycle is a 35 to 57-day cycle. And in a child, like I said, it's very young. It's maybe even faster than that amount. It's replicating very, very quickly. So it's smooth, it's soft, it's luxurious. As we age and you're getting toward that 57-day mark, from the time a cell is born until that cell falls off, it's very slow. And it sloughs off slowly. And as a result, what happens? Your skin is dull. It loses that luster. It has a hue that's not attractive. And you develop the look of fine lines and wrinkles. So going back to your question, I know I have a mouthful here.
No,
what does retinol do? Increases that surface cell turnover to give you a more youthful expression of your skin. Makes it more youthful, more baby-like. So what do we associate with it? Baby soft skin, smoothness, diminished look of fine lines and wrinkles.
Fantastic. So when you say sloughing off, it's like an exfoliation then?
Well, you can think of
it
you can think of it that way very basically, but that's a phrase I really don't like to use, because the safest means by which to increase that surface cell turnover is by using a stabilized retinol.
Okay.
There's other means by which to do it, like exfoliation, but the problem is it's not uniform in nature.
Right, so you get a little more in one spot, a little less
exactly.
in another.
And what you want to do, it's just like going to the gym. Compliance is imperative. Consistency is imperative. With any skincare regime, you use a tiny little bit every single night, and that's where you're going to get the results, and that's where you're going to get the specific results here around those 6 signs of aging around the eye.
Okay, just before we go, I know we've got some visuals we're going to share, but can I just ask you, you mentioned stabilized.
Yes.
What does that mean
it's
now,
so
and why
important.
is that a point of difference?
I'm really glad you mentioned that. Retinol has been well established in the medical literature as a product that's part of any anti-aging regime. 2,800 publications are testament to the fact that retinols really provide anti-aging coverage. The difference here is that this retinol is stabilized, like you said. More than 20 years of research and development, 17 patents on the stabilization product and process. Wow. And what that means is the product that you use today is the same product you're going to use on the last day, on day 60, when the bottle is empty.
It doesn't deteriorate. Change, it doesn't.
And that's where this point of differentiation is. There's a number of products out there that have retinol, but they may not be stabilized. And if they're not stable, you may not see the results, those anti-aging results around the eye that you would expect.
Okay, so those are, that's key with this line, and it is patented, as you were saying.
Oh, of course.
Several times over, and as well as the stabilized retinol. I know we have a visual we're going to bring up right now. $50, 2 easy pays of $25. Remember, this is brand new. We're focusing on the eye, and as Dr. Kirby was saying, everyone, it's the 6 signs of aging around the eye. So crow's feet, under eye creases, fine lines, expression lines, dark circles, even dryness. So that's a lot of different issues.
Absolutely, all 6 issues that affect Canadian women, women in general. These are the areas that concern them. But let's talk about how the retinol works. Retinol, you put it on top of your skin, and you can imagine that divot there is a line or a wrinkle in your skin. The retinol penetrates the upper surface, the stratum corneum, increases surface cell turnover, so it diminishes the look of that fine line and that wrinkle. But this product also contains other proprietary ingredients in this blend here. What do those include? A stabilized vitamin C. What does vitamin C do? It's a strong antioxidant. Okay. It prevents some of the flaking that's been associated with retinols. Also, we have biopeptide CL. What is that? I know it's a mouthful. It's an amino acid. It helps plump up the skin. It works by a different...
I love that.
Exactly. So those 3 ingredients together, they're married. They're in this partnership. They're in this formulation.
They're all stabilized.
All stabilized, and as a result, you get those 6 signs of aging are diminished around the eye.
So the integrity of the product from the time you open it to the time you finish the tube does not change.
Absolutely.
It's consistent.
Absolutely. And I tell people that there's a common sense caution associated with that. Absolutely put the cap back on every time after you use it, but it's just the analogy I make is like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym twice a year and expect to see results. You can't go to the gym and work out for 18 hours one day and expect to see results.
Oh, no,
the key is a tiny little bit every single day, and that's exactly what stabilized retinol does. That's why in partnership with this biopeptide CL, the vitamin C, this product offers really great results that you see very, very quickly, but they continue to grow over time.
Okay, couple questions. First of all, should I be using it morning or night? Does it matter?
Excellent question. Now, this is a targeted product, like we said, and it's around the eye, and it has a companion product that I'm going to talk about later that I really recommend using at night. But it really depends. The answer to your question is, if you're already using a eye cream, you can incorporate into that regime. If you're not, there's no need to use one, because this is, in my opinion, as a dermatologist, the best eye cream. So
it's
to answer your question,
just on its own.
Absolutely. I like using this during the day. That's where I think it works best. The other thing, too, is this is ophthalmologist tested. Once again, there's a common sense caution associated with it. You shouldn't get it directly on the eye, but you can go right up to the edge of the eyelid, and you can use it safely over the entire eye area, so that you know that the areas where you're having the signs of aging, you can put it directly on any of those, no matter how delicate that skin is.
Okay, fantastic. So once a day, you can use it morning or night. You prefer the morning?
I recommend in the morning. You can use it. Sometimes people, they'll tell me they even use it twice a day. They like it so much. I'm okay with that, but the truth is I really like using it once a day.
Okay.
It's that gym analogy. One tiny little bit every single day, that's where you're going to see those nice results.
Okay, fantastic. And interesting to hear that, yes, we're focusing on your patented stabilized retinol, but the vitamin C with flakiness. Have you ever had that happen when you've perhaps gone to put your eyeshadow on, or you've just noticed, gee, my eyelid, the textures are changing just around? Perhaps that's something you've experienced. So it's more than just lines and wrinkles.
Oh, absolutely. It's that one of the signs of aging, one of those 6 signs of aging, is dryness and dark circles. So those are 2 other areas that it's indicated for. So we talk about those fine lines and wrinkles that we associate with the aging process, the crow's feet, lines of expression, under the eye creases, the fine lines. All those, and those are horrible, don't get me wrong, but also it helps with the dryness and the under the eye circles, those darker circles.
Well, with the new baby, I'll tell you,
it'll keep you out.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great point, which is that as a dermatologist, I have access to every single product out there, and this is a product line that I absolutely endorse, but it's what I use myself. I'm
Your
30.
skin looks great.
Thank you very much. I'm 37, and people tell me I look
You're
younger.
37?
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were like, I did not think you were
Well,
that old.
I actually got carded at the movies last year, so that's an example of how. And I think it's important to look young. That's why, it's my job. But by the same token, I use products that I think help me achieve that.
You are a dermatologist as well. So as you said, you have access, you have the knowledge to choose. You know exactly what works. Really exciting line back at the shopping channel. The other thing I liked about this, Dr. Kirby, is that it's simple. You bring us singular products that work in conjunction, but it's not like 20 different products that you have to use.
So much so that people come to my office all the time. They call to make an appointment, and my assistant says, when you come in, bring the products you're using. People come in with a sack full of products. They come in with 15 products, and I say, why do you have so many products? And they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm confused. I don't know what to use. And this is what I tell people. This is a really good message. It sounds simple, but hear me out. Go to your medicine cabinet today and take every single one of your products and turn them backwards. The next time you use them, turn them forward. And after 6 months, if any of those products are still backwards, you're obviously not using them. Why? Because they're obviously not working for you.
Sitting there, right.
Take them and throw them in the garbage. You need to use the products that work, and you need to be consistent and compliant. And if you're not using products that are going to work for you, your body's going to tell you that. You're going to know.
Well, I think today, we know